Ladies and gentlemen, one of the nicest 1963 black Novas you're ever going to find is right here. Do you happen to be a 1963 Nova guy? I know I am. This is amazing. Welcome to Celebrity Cars, ladies and gentlemen. We're located just off all the shiny lights down there on the strip. You come here on vacation, you're a car person, you can come to our car show. You can come here to our car showroom and see all the fancy cars that we have for sale, and just to come in and, you know, kick some tires and take a look around. You got to stop by and visit us if you're a car person. So, yes, da-da-da. Well, here's where, let me explain to you who I am, okay? I'm Scott of Celebrity Cars here, okay? And I'm your living, breathing condition report. Really tough to go over a condition of a car like this. Is it show quality? Absolutely. Is it 100% perfect? No. But, folks, it's darn close, okay? You're gonna win car shows. You can cruise down the highway in it because of its gear ratio. It has vintage air. It has chassis works, suspension, whole front. Like, there's so much to talk about this car. Unfortunately, I'm not that guy, okay? I'm your living, breathing condition report, okay? We're gonna go over the condition of this car. You wanna find out all the details, all the things that have been done to it, the colossal size of receipts on all the work done. The 454 that's in here, this great big motor. Wait till you see this motor. Wait till you see the air conditioning installed in this motor. How it was installed inside the interior. The condition of the interior. This car is super sick. So, what I have to focus on here today, without getting all nerdy about a muscle car being in a showroom, because we got lots of them, but this one is extra special. We're gonna go over the chrome and we're gonna go over the paint. And I'm gonna be nerdy about both, okay? I'm gonna give some variations, you know, a little between 1 and 5 and all that kind of stuff, so you can clearly understand sitting at home. You won't find this kind of coverage anywhere else on the internet, okay? So if you're looking for a Nova, maybe you see one in St. Louis, you got one down in Miami, you're thinking about this one, well, nobody's gonna get into detail about it as much as I am. I know this car very well. I know where the scratches are, and scratches, we're talking little scratches. A lot of them are just in the clear coat that a fancy detailer can get out. There's a couple water spots on the trunk. Our fancy detailers are scheduled to come this week to get the water spots out. The paint is thick. The paint is beautiful. You'd be shocked, even in person, to see how pretty this paint is. Yeah, it's a 63 Nova. Yeah, it's black. Yeah, it's all steel. And yes, it's bored straight down the sides. I wanted to swear just now, but I won't. It is bored straight down both sides of the car. You know, there's none of this whoa crap going down the sky. This is a very high restoration. Let's talk chrome. Come on in, let's get it started. This chrome down here, from opening and closing the hood, it's got a couple little pits in it. So this whole front piece right from here all the way across to the side, a 1 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4.5, because right up here, just a couple little pit marks, a little deterioration film right there. But I mean, look how my face is 6 inches from the car. Okay, so give me a break here and just follow along. That, you know, you're looking, the one in St. Louis and the one in Miami probably have the same darn thing. So I'm just showing you how much. Really minor marks, patina in this piece of chrome. I'm touching it with my fingers. I shouldn't be doing that, but they're clean. So definitely a 4.5 out of 5 for this chrome up top. Just a couple little pit marks. This chrome down below it in here, definitely going to give this stuff, it's more of a steel. It's not so much a chrome, but it has been chromed. And I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because it just looks awesome. Down here, the chrome bumper. I'm going to give this chrome bumper, because it's not perfect, but I mean, I know my video guy right now is doing his very best to show you every nook and little detail on this chrome bumper. Folks, I got to give it a 4.9 out of 5. No chrome is a 5. It's been a long time since I've seen chrome that is a 5. So I'm going to give it a 4.9 out of 5. It is in beautiful shape, and not until you get your face all the way down here and you see your reflection clearly, and I can see how many fingers I'm holding up and how many numbers, blah, blah, blah. Can you see any of these little marks? The lower part of the bumper down here is exactly the same. Little spooge stain right there will get off. All this is just absolutely in fabulous shape. I left a mark there with my finger for crying out loud. Yeah, it's hard to touch one of these cars. You really shouldn't do it. Where'd my rag go, darn it? The turn signals, they look as good as new. They're in beautiful shape. The headlights, the cones around the headlights, there's no pitting. There's no patina going on in here. They're all in fabulous shape. While Quincy is showing you the front end, I mean, folks, I'm leaving it up to you to look at the lineup. You know, all this, the body panels. You get into this old steel, you really start, you can't do that with an 07 or 09 Corvette, fiberglass, blah, blah, blah. This is old steel. This car's been taken apart and put back together again. How well did they do? Holy crap, this is a nice car, folks. The bumper's completely straight across the front. Everything really looks terrific. Okay, enough about the nose and all that stuff. Quincy, look down at this badass hood. You usually see a lot of road wear on any car that's been driven, especially black. There's no road wear. Now, over here, I don't know if you can do this, Quincy, they're so darn small. Right there and right there. See how big they are, folks? We're not talking pen head, we're talking pin head. That's it. Wait, you see more? You see more things?
I see a bunch of.
You see a bunch of things?
I see a bunch of like.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, yeah. We'll yeah, folks. Black paint. I'm not saying this car doesn't need a good polish. It probably needs a good polish and a good wax. But anything that I do see that you're picking up on film right there is just clear coat stuff. Just needs a good polish, a good wax. But standing here looking at it, I mean, like these fancy lights that we have in here, we even have skylights. We have fancy lights and skylights. This is like a petri dish, a microscope. Although what you see on film, this is one of the finest paint jobs. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm glad that Quincy pointed that out because of what you're seeing and what I'm seeing. These are all just very light marks in the clear coat. There's no, I just showed you bad ones, and look how small they are, and that's it. You see a bunch of swirls? Jeez. Yeah, I'm looking. See, folks, we do this together here. Okay. Yeah. Again, we're at a good light where you can see these things. This is good, Quincy. This is good stuff. Folks, just a polish. All the swirls are gone. Okay. This is beautiful. I'm glad the magnifying glass worked in this case, because I wouldn't say it if it weren't true. It's again, this is difficult. I warned you in the beginning. This is difficult to do, but I'm letting you know that this paint is really, really fabulous. Every once in a while, there's a little itty bitty mark, but in the grand scheme of things, 1963 Nova, paint really this nice, and the little marks. I told you it wasn't perfect. So I thank you, Quincy, for following up with me there. Okay. Going down the passenger or the driver's side, once again, we are this is a straight automobile. I look all the way down the side. We've had so many muscle cars in here, and they look great until you really get up into detail and you see all that all the way down the side. There's little to no. That's how much detail was put into putting this car together. Please look at all the joints, all the door panels, how they all line up. They're the tri-state junctures over here. Oh, I do. There's no curb rash on any wheels. Okay, so we don't need to talk. We don't need to worry about curb rash. These weld wheels are in absolutely brilliant shape. So they're polished aluminum. Even if you did curb rash them, super easy to get fixed. Chrome, not so easy. Okay, cruise on down here. I wanted to show you. At some point, somebody opened up this car door. It's a bummer, but we'll get some black touch-up paint and fix that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm here for, folks, to point these things out. There's one there, and there's a really light one right here, too. It is what it is. Again, told you that this wasn't perfect. Wait till you see the undercarriage. I know there's a video floating around here, there's undercarriage of this car. Doors closed, wonderful. All around the door handle, yes, mild little marks like Quincy pointed out of, you know, opening, you know, your fingers getting in there and all that kind of stuff. All that can easily be polished out. If you could, check out the clear coat and check out the paint. This is mirror finish. There's Quincy, there's the guy behind the camera. There's me. Hello, you see my ass all the time, who cares? Look how beautiful this clear coat is. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that the entire base of a colossal show car is here. Black is hard. Black is difficult to put up with. But you know, we all really, really love black cars. Oh man, I didn't see that. Oh. Okay, folks, we got a scratch from here to here. And can I put my fingernail in it?
Keep it in there.
Unfortunately, yes.
There you go.
I can. Damn it. Folks, it is what it is. It's that long. You can barely see it, and I didn't see it at all ever, and we've been around this car quite a bit until just now, and my face being this close up to it. If I get up and move away from the car, I don't see that at all. It's a very sharp, mild scratch that you can get your fingernail into. I don't know how else to word it. I'm glad I'm spending a little extra time looking so into detail on this, because I want you folks at home to know these things. There's a small smudge in the paint right here. This is right back to the detailing things. There's no colossal scrape in there. That just needs to be cleaned up. Oh. Wow. Okay. And right here, folks, right above the wheel. Can you see that, Quincy?
Yes.
Looks like a little bit of ugly head poking itself through right there. I never noticed that either until just now. Very, very mild. I'm putting my fingers, I'm wrapping them all the way up under here. This is just some really mild, I would presume, surface rust right here underneath the black paint. Never noticed it until now. Very, very mild, folks. And once again, wouldn't have seen it at all unless I had my face all the way down here against it. So, boy, how about that? Right here, looks like a little bit of gas spilled, wasn't cleaned up properly. That can all get cleaned up. I didn't see that either. Folks, this car is so black. It's that sea of, is really, really black. All right, all this is beautiful back here. I don't feel any bumps or anything weird back here. All this is super clean, look at that. All right. Now remember, you can always give us a call here and go over anything that I'm saying. You know, hey, this point in the video, he's pointing out this spot. Can you go over it with me? Can you send me pictures? Blah, 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 whatever. Okay, that's what we're here for. Okay, the rear bumper. Oh man, I need my rag. Oh, all right, folks, it's right there. Hold on. What, did you get me hobbling across the floor? I banged my knee up the other day, folks. You jerk. All right. That must have looked pretty damn funny. Okay. All right, back bumper's cleaned off. Folks, I'm gonna give the top surface of this rear bumper, a 4.9 out of 5. This chrome back here, it's got a little bit, okay. Can you see on the trunk, can you see the watermarks, folks? Okay, they're the watermarks that I was referring to on the trunk. Welcome to Las Vegas. It rains every once in a while. If you don't, huh?
Put your hand up there.
If you don't clean water spots off of a black car in Las Vegas or in Nevada right away, they do set in. That's just the way it goes. But another thing too, and you know, little personal, you know, the celebrity car stuff. We're backlogged with our detailers. Okay, they're detailing other cars, and we'll get to this. So again, there's another reason to call us. Did you get the little spots out of the back? Blah blah blah, all that stuff. And this chrome piece needs a little bit of attention as well because the water rolled down and it kind of stained up this steel chrome / steel piece back here. But we'll get that cleaned up as well. So yeah, these watermarks are a bummer. You can also see light clear coat scratches in it, you know, from me or other people going, man, why don't these things come off? But again, you gotta pay a fancy detailer with a good buffing wheel, some black experience, and they'll be able to get that cleaned up real well. I'm going to do the whole side of the passenger side in just a minute. Since we started on the trunk, let's just, folks, it's completely flat, perfect, just needs the detail. There's no dings, there's no cracks back here, there's no decay going on either side. This rear glass is in absolutely fabulous shape. Every once in a while, I will see a little clear coat, or did I say clear coat? A small scratch in the glass, but you know, do you need to replace it? No. I have a feeling this rear glass has been around for quite a while. So if you could look into the back here, you see the back sill. You can see these MGA speakers that are installed in here. You can see the back of the back seat, and all of it looks real nice and clean. A couple of these things are a little folded up and a little loose in the back, but I could care less. It's not, I'm sure it's an easy fix, and just some attention to detail back there. I noticed while I was cleaning earlier that I saw a couple little more mild abrasions. I'm going to do this anyway because I just remembered it now. You know, these couple of these little corners right here and stuff like that. All this is for your favorite detailer. I don't see any more right now, but there's a couple up here. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to you about them in just a minute. A couple additional marks along here, all very clear coat, not paint. And once again, with a good detailer, you're going to get that out. Unfortunately, just only a few. The back trunk is bad with the water spots, but the roof got a couple as well. So, but certainly not as bad as the trunk, but once again, we'll get those out. The chrome molding around the windows is absolutely beautiful, all the way around. None of them are dinged. This chrome is in good shape. There's a little bit of, this is more of the aluminum. There's a little bit of, you know, normal wear from doing pretty much what I'm doing right now. But can easily be cleaned up. I can also feel that it needs a little bit of a clay bar. You know, it's making that noise. So, yeah, it needs a clay bar first before it needs all that attention to the detail. Once again, I'm going to stand back here, look down the side of the car, and admire how straight this darn vehicle is. Whew, it's so straight. The lineup of the doors and everything is just absolutely wonderful. There's no bubbling over here on this side of any kind like we found over on the driver's side, so that's good. There's no marks from opening and closing the door down here, so that's good. There's a really minor one right there. It looks like it might have even had some touch-up paint put on it, but it's so minor I shouldn't even have brought it up. It's basically nothing. It's nothing to show. I think I might have actually wiped it off. Around this door handle, you have your normal little clear coat marks opening and closing the door. Other than that, we're in good shape. We'll get in there in just a minute. This glass is great. Once again, the chrome around it's great. I don't know if we talked about the windshield at all, but boy, is it beautiful. I would presume this is a replacement windshield, and it was done, I'm sure, you know, I have no idea how long ago it was done, but it's just about perfect. There's barely any pitting in it whatsoever, any normal road wear whatsoever. Now, coming down this hood here, once again, yes, on film, I'm sure you're going to see, because I can't even see them, a couple little imperfections in the clear coat, not the paint. The paint's fine over here on the side, except for this little location right here. I got a little squabble. It's like somebody dropped a tool or somebody put something down there that shouldn't have. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure a detailer is going to be able to get that stuff out as well. There's no reason they can't. Yeah, just a couple little marks along here. Every once in a while I see a mark, folks, and I want to make sure I can't get my fingernail into it.
The one you were touching with that?
Yeah, this one right here.
No, the one up there, right where your head, where I was. That
Here?
one, yep.
Yeah, I see them too. This one's going to come out with a detail, folks. This one right here is not. It's so mild, it's so small. It's right here. Not even sure that you can see it. I'm sure Quincy's got it honed in there. You can really see it over my right-hand shoulder looking down. Is that better? Right here, there's a mark there and a mark there.
Yep.
Now, Folks, hopefully you at home can appreciate this. You go to a car show and you're sitting out in a great big field with a bunch of other cars. No judge is going to see any of these things. They don't have time to look at your paint. Like we just spent 15 minutes crawling around on the floor looking at this. So yeah, it really is that special. It really is that nice. And like I said, it isn't perfect, but man, wait till you see the undercarriage video coming up. All right, you ready for this? Quincy, you're in a good spot. Come on in. There's a great big block in a 1963 Nova, folks. Brand spanking new air conditioning system. Brand spanking new fancy radiators. Very little signs of wear, patina in here. A couple of these things, I want to take this apart, paint it, put it back together again. Other than that, I mean, the manifold's got a little patina done to it. The valve covers are beautiful. The firewall on the back is nice and black. I don't see any rust. I don't see any surface rust in here. All this was definitely not that done. All of this was definitely done not that long ago. I can't even come up with any dirt. You can see the plumbing for the air conditioning. See the brackets for the air conditioning. You see how they maneuvered it around the chassis work that was done. This car is all that, folks, and more. It really is super cool. Did you get in here real good, Quincy, and you did all that? Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, once again, folks, remember to go to celebritycars.com and you can blow up some pictures and stuff like that and check out what all's going on. All right, and you look up underneath how shiny and clean that is. It's just, car show ready, folks. It's a beautiful car. Let's go open the trunk. Let's see what's in the trunk. Did you hear that too? Man, solid ride. I don't know what I did with the keys. That's going to be a problem. Okay, I don't know where I put the keys, so we'll open up the trunk in just a minute. I'm going to let Quincy, you want to start showing off the interior there? See if I can find the keys, get the trunk open. We'll get back to the interior in just a moment. Got a fancy car cover going on here. This is our trickle charging system. Here's your battery and everything back here. This is just some surface stuff, a little moisture got in. No, there's not a hole getting ready to go through or anything like that. Just needs a little extra attention cleaned up. It's a glove. Anybody want a glove? Just a little attention to detail under here. I didn't know that was going on. But other than that, I mean, it's very solid. This proofing's been put in here. Go ahead and take a look, extra look around. I don't know how good Daniel did with the photos, so let's make sure everybody can see around in here. Okay, I see a couple fingerprints. Seeing this black in a different manner. I see a little drip going on down there, but all this is one big sheet of nice, beautiful black. Nothing's jumping out at me as like damage, scrapes. Awesome. Okay. Interior once again. All right. I do know a couple things about what's going on inside here. Quincy, do you mind just come back over my left shoulder if you could? Thank you. I'm going to turn the car on. And if you'll notice, these light bars down each side of the window. I don't know if I want to show these to you or not, but there they are, and they have different colored lights, and I presume they flash, and they're all done with these really fancy speakers, switches right here. So if you're into that sort of thing, there you go. They're there. And right next to these switches,
The exterior one?
there's an exterior one?
Yeah.
There is?
Yeah, there you
Oh my Lord, there is. Wow. Okay, folks, I didn't even know. Okay. And right next to those light switches are 2 ports for you to plug in your phone. I do not know what these 2 buttons do. They're both left on. I would presume that's possibly fuel pump or what are those things. Give us a call. But I'm not sure even calling us we're going to be able to tell you what those are. The car was given to us. It was on and on. We're leaving it on. Here's obviously your headlights. I don't know what this is. Oh, probably windshield wipers. I have the car off now. I'm not screwing with it. And over here, folks, I wanted to show you this. These are your air conditioning controls. So your vintage air. Here's an outlet here. This was all recently installed. We have all the receipts for it. You can see what an incredibly beautiful, wonderful job that they did, and we're happy to let you know these things. Additional gauges down here, but yeah, this turns your air conditioner on and off. This adjusts heat, and this adjusts the speed, heat or cold, whatever you'd like. Original dash is still in play. Got an extra tachometer up here. The black dash is absolutely gorgeous, and once again, I'll turn this. You guys got used to my the volume of my voice. Let's see if this what happens. Car's no joke at all. Yeah, so I don't know, video's over. We don't have to talk about anything else. Folks, the seats look like they were done in the early 2000s, I'm gonna say, just because of the particular style. It's not completely 90s, but it's not so much exactly today, but to each his own. This leather is gorgeous, and this is awesome. Your comfy furniture. Beautiful. Feels great. Shifter. Got the line lock in it. B&M shifter, automatic transmission, fancy buttons. Everything in here really, really, really looks good. When we get it outside and we go for a ride around the block, we can, I'll see if I see any more additional or any abrasions or any rips or tears or Cheerios down on the floor or whatever. Technical difficulties, folks. It's all good. Rear seat looks incredible. The windows are manual. All on tracks, just, like I said, folks, this car isn't perfect, but it's a darn nice show car driver. Darn nice. Okay. Oh, headliner. Headliner's new. And let's look inside the passenger side door. Sorry, folks, we don't do a whole lot of editing and all that fancy stuff and, BS that you might find on most other car pages. This is all in the raw, all the time, every single car in here. You don't like this one? We've got 50 others. You can go, and I handle each car the same way. If you can tolerate me and details and you want to buy one, then you should pay attention and watch. Inside this door jamb over here, it's just like the other one. I see a little shades of flat. Maybe didn't get clear coated in here as much as the exterior of the car. A little bit of dust right there. Another big who cares. Got a little bit of cleaning. I think, to be honest, I think these seats, the interior cushions and stuff might be dry rotted a little bit, because from time to time, I clean this and then I get out and then there's, a little bit of residue left over from getting in and out of the car. That means that some of these cushions in here might have dried up a little bit. It's not major. I'm just letting you know what's going on. It's totally typical and totally normal. Door panels are incredible, seats incredible. There's no wear, no rips or stains getting in and out, and this is just an awesome car. Oh, and we'll roll this window up. Just needs to be cleaned. Did you hear that? I mean, and it lines up perfect. The lines on this car are really, really something. They're really, really something. Okay, so we're gonna go for a quick ride around the block. We're gonna make sure it does all the things that it's supposed to do. And then if you're lucky, we're gonna have a video of the undercarriage so you can see underneath. We'll be right back. Come on in, folks. You can hear the fuel pump chiming away. Voltage looks good. Oil pressure looks good. Water temperature's fabulous. Wanted to make sure that this warmed up real nice before we got chugging. I don't see any additional scratches. I don't see any scratches. I see a little bit of dust. I wish I had my rag again. Hey, black desert. That's what happens. There's no power steering in this vehicle, just so you know. Off we go. Total cruiser. All right, I'm doing about 35 miles an hour. I'm gonna hit the brakes real good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I hit them pretty firm. Didn't stop immediately, but this is the first time I've used the brakes today. You know, old cars, you gotta warm things up a little bit. So we'll hit the brakes again hard when we go to park. But other than that, there are no surprises going on here. This thing just feels awesome. It's super comfy. Very responsive. Got some speed bumps here surrounding the building. There's one. Don't go over speed bumps too fast. Here we go. Okay, gonna give it a little gas here so you can get an idea of the power that comes out of this thing. Okay, I floored it by no means. It's not my car, I'm not gonna beat it to death, but obviously it certainly gets out of its own way and it's very quick. I got my right turn signal on. Doing some road construction right here. Hopefully you can hear the sound of this exhaust system and the motor. It's a very impressive ride. My foot's on the brake pedal. I got a little wobble going on the brake pedal. Old car does those things. You can see how incredibly responsive this is. We broke loose the tires just a little bit, and that was just with a simple, little oomph on the gas pedal like we were doing in the showroom earlier when you heard that sound. Folks, it's a fab. I already know all the air conditioner works. It's blowing. It's blowing. And you can hear the air compressor, or the air conditioning compressor come on. Everything's great. This is just a beautiful ride. If you're looking for a Nova, a first-gen Nova, well, folks, and you like black, this is an incredible place to start. Car show ready. It's all ready for you. Got any additional questions, please give us a call. Don't be afraid. 702-818-1031. We'll see you next time. Thanks.